Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Michael Neely Tech, and my name is Michael Neely. This is my YouTube tech channel where I talk about tech stuff and all things tech, mostly building websites and stuff like that. I'm a web developer, and that's what I do for a living. I've been doing it for about 10 years, so sometimes I think I know what I'm doing. Most of the time I do. But today I've got a tale of three websites. Tale of three websites. This is a good way to start it off. I was building a website for a client. And let's go ahead, and I noticed something funny on this site. I'm not going to go to it yet. Noticed something funny that was going on with this website. I tried to go add some custom PHP to the part of the website for a custom function, and it didn't take. As a matter of fact, I didn't take because the files weren't there on the server I thought it was on. So that's the first tricky part. But this is kind of an enduring mystery. Hopefully I'm not showing any proprietary information. I might get a little bit of trouble for this video, and I may have to take it down. So we'll see what happens with it. I don't think I am. I think it's pretty generic stuff. But this is what's going on with these sites. First, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. So here is the first site. This is the first site I'm building for a client. Got a nice little GIF up there. Isn't that good? Isn't that fun? Then here's the second site. This is a client site that I host on my GoDaddy WordPress, my GoDaddy account. It is not managed hosting. It is not managed WordPress hosting, because managed WordPress hosting with GoDaddy, I've tried it before, and it has kind of a limit when it comes to the amount of data you can put on those sites before it starts breaking, quite frankly. So I is not on WordPress managed hosting with GoDaddy. And then here's the third site, my very first blog site, and it's kind of it's not finished, but something that I just fixed this one. And I'm going to show you what I did and what's going on with these things. So here is the CPanel. This is the file manager for the entire site, for everything here. I'm going to go up one level and go back to the root directory. This is for Michael Neely. Neely Media Solutions is the root name for this directory. As you can see on the cPanel, Neely Media Solutions right there. Site's under construction, so don't give me too hard of a time about that. It's right now it's just a basic WordPress build, WordPress install, and nothing else. I think it's running on the 2023 theme. But here's the IP address that we should be showing for that. Now I may have to take the site down. I'm not sure that I should be showing hosting IP addresses, but at the same time, you can find out the hosting IP address very quickly, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Now, when I went to the files on this site right here, and here is where those files should be. Let's see, I need to go up one more. No, here they are. They should be right here. However, as you can see, this build is fairly well built. And I already had the homepage built when I first started looking at this. I'm building on Beaver Builder Agency, the agency plugin, and the Beaver Builder theme and child theme, which is what I like to build on. Because that was the first agency I ever worked in. That's what they were using, was the Beaver Builder agency build, and it's a lot of fun. It's fun to work with. But when I went here, this is what I found. I went to the WP content file directory. Here's the theme directory right here, and child theme isn't there. And something I do, I only run one backup WordPress directory, one backup theme in my builds. So I would have already deleted 2021 and 2022, leaving 2023 Beaver Builder theme and Beaver Builder child theme. As you can see, they're not here. So what happened? So what was going on with that? I decided to go to Tracer, or I decided to run a trace route on this. Let's go ahead and go back to the beginning of that. It's from it was showing you all my homework that I've done already. So I've already fixed that site, so we're not going to talk about that. I'm not going to run the trace route on that one. I'm going to run a trace route, and the way you do this on a WordPress site, on a WordPress, on a Windows is trace route, is tracer T is what I've called it. It's how I've remembered it for years. If you're running on Linux or OS, I think it's trace route and then spell out route and then add the domain. So we're going to do trace route and Neely Media Solutions.com, because that is the domain that is the root domain for the hosting plan. So here's the IP address that it should be on right there. So we got that information. We don't need any of the other information. So that's showing out exactly where that's supposed to be. Now let's come over to this site. This is one I have not fixed yet. Now I've got to do this fast because I did send the email request to the person that owns the domain and said we need to change the A record to a different A record because, and I'll show you why. Because we come over here back to the command prompt, and we go to trace route again and denmarus.com. They're showing a completely different server right there. So now how did I figure out that this is going on? Control C. Control C is how you stop that process in the command line. Because we don't need it anymore. We're going to go back over here. Now there's the file structure for Michael Neely blog. So let's go up to Denmark US. A little thing I know because I'm a developer and a WordPress developer because, well, because I got the t-shirt. Got a whole bunch of t-shirts. So in the index, something I do know is the index file is index.php file is where all the files go through. Now on a WordPress build, basic WordPress build, this isn't a fancy build. This is just a regular WordPress build. This is the function that brings in the themes. Here's the function that brings in the blog header, and also the blog header also brings in all the goodies that make WordPress. So we're going to comment these out. Now do not do this if you don't know what you're doing or if you don't write PHP, because it gets tricky and you can get in a lot of trouble with your site if you do that. If you have done this, if you follow my directions and said, hey, I'm going to try that, and then you can't bring your site back, just contact me and I'll be happy to walk you through it and show you how to bring your site back. So here's better yet. Here it is on Denmark US. This is the one where this is the site where we think this is going to get confusing. By the way, this is the site that's pointing at the mystery server. We're going to put hello world on that because that's what alt tech is based on. Is hello world. And we're going to come back over here to the Denmark US. We're going to refresh. What have we got? Refresh, 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 refresh. Everything's refreshed. It doesn't say hello world. Now, why would it? Well, so I'll show you. We're going to take that back out, and then we're going to put this back the way it was. We're going to put the required directory for the blog header, and then restore the themes. I'm not going to go Control S because I'm not in an actual IDE. I'm in something completely different. We're going to come back here and nothing changes. Well, so why would that work? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to go up to a site that I've already fixed. And it's my site, so I can mess it up if I want to. michaelneelyblog.com, and we're going to come back to and do the exact same thing. Oops, not going to do that. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go to View. We're going, oops, no we're not. We're not going to do anything in View. We're going to do everything in Edit. That's how you edit a page. Go to Edit, not just look at it. So we're going to comment this back out again, right there. We're going to comment this back out again. And we're going to do the same thing. An H1 tag, whoops, except it does give you a little error symbol if you make a mistake, and I did make a mistake because I did not close out the PHP tag, which is how you do that. Hello world, and that should automatically populate. No, it's not going to though. That's fine. Okay, so we have hello world right there. We're going to go back over here and refresh Michael Neely blog, and let's see what we've got. We have hello world. Because that's how you do that. That's what the index file does in your WordPress file. It brings in the two little goodies that make WordPress, which is the blog header line right here. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I don't have the files for that site on the correct server. It's on somebody else's server. Now the question is, how did it go on somebody else's server? That's the big mystery. No one knows yet. Something that happened with GoDaddy not long ago was that they went through some big time data breaches. In March of 2020, November of 2021, And February of 2023, they had three major data breaches. The one in here's one right here. GoDaddy's data breach affected 1.2 million customers. Managed WordPress customers. I remembered that one. I said we don't have to worry about it because WordPress is secure, and we weren't building on managed WordPress anyway, so we didn't have anything to worry about. Then 2023, I'm not quite sure how big that one is yet. I've seen that it affected as many as 21 million customers, and I guess I'm one of them. So that's where you can go find out about that, and go to Bing Chat if you want to. I'm not sure that they have their database up to where it needs to be. I know ChatGPT's database ends at September of 2021, so they're not even going to show the 2023 hack yet. So, and also, this one I've already fixed too. I just stopped the build, started the build all over again on WP Engine, which is an account where I have a lot of stuff going on. So that's the pricing on WP Engine if you're interested. But michaelneely.net, which is my main business site right now until we get Neely Media Solutions built, is on WP Engine. I highly recommend WP Engine. They're very secure. Got a lot fewer problems than apparently GoDaddy has. I've been with GoDaddy for 12 years, so it was kind of hard shifting everything over from GoDaddy to WP Engine, but that is also the next thing I'm working on. So this site is now up and running, and it's actually awaiting client review, so it may change. If you go to the site a little bit later, it may be look different from this because it's up for client review right now. And this is WP Engine. So if you're interested in WP Engine, this is what the pricing looks like. I recommend WP Engine wholeheartedly. One of the again, the very first agency I ever worked in Atlanta was using WP, was using Beaver Builder agency version. And I knew several agencies that were using Beaver Builder agency version, and they were also building on WP Engine. So with all those agencies, you can't go wrong. I'm on this one right here, and they start at $50 a month. They could go more. You know, mine is about double that. My bill is actually double that because I've got some added on goodies in there too. So you can also scale. The account also scales up and down if you like. I think I'm about to jump on this one though. But if you're interested in WP Engine, I'd highly recommend it. But also, I also put this out for a couple of reasons. One, I'm going to go back to a different screen. I don't want to go to that one. Let's go to that one. What happened here is I had, let me go back to the file structure here, 3 sites compromised. I can't think of another word for it except compromised. Michael Neely blog, FG Atlanta, and Denmark US were all moved off, where copies were made to a different server, a different mystery server, and the domain A records were changed. Now that could have happened several different ways. It could have been GoDaddy's solution to the last data breach inadvertently caused that. And then it also could be a data breach that GoDaddy hasn't reported yet. So what's going on? I don't know. But when I called them a week ago, they didn't know what was going on, and we're just getting accustomed to it. Today, I got on the phone with them again, and they were more concerned about the A record than anything else. And when I brought up, but the files were still copied to go to a different server, they had nothing to say about it. So on this one, I think it's time I moved all my sites to WP Engine. I think you should too. But if you've got any questions about this, by all means, put them in the comments below. If you like what you've seen, then by all means like the video, and share it with your friends. If you have any additional information on what's going on, then let me know in the comments below, and we can go from there. But it's so that's what's going on in my little world these days. Again, welcome. Thank you for joining me here at Michael Neely Tech. And if you have any other questions, then let me know. Again, like the video, and we'll just wait for the next one. We'll see what happens. Okay, have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon.